Field trip. We had a deer on the road. Okay, good. I'm on my way to Hill City to see Steve Johnson. He's the president of Hill City Let's Ride ATV, UTV Club. And every year they sponsor a big rally up by Deerfield Lake. It's called the Soggy Bottom Rally. It draws hundreds of people, and it's a 3-day event that is usually pretty good. It's mostly a riding event, but it's a good place to ride, and Steve's going to tell me about the trail system up there, what to expect, what to look for, and some other information, maybe a little bit about camping. And it should be a good video. Stick with me. I think you'll enjoy it. Well, here we are. We're going to see the guy that knows all this. We're standing in front of a map where the Soggy Bottom rally takes place, the general area. And first of all, this is an area that covers about 140 square miles, so it's a big area. Okay, 140 square miles of riding in there. That's as far as I'm going to go with it. I'll let Steve kind of explain what these various colors and things mean.
You'll notice there's blue, red, green, and then there's some brown in there.
Okay.
And they all represent various geographical conditions or riding conditions that you're in. Some are easier, some are more challenging than others. They all take you through various points of interest.
Okay.
Whether it be caves, mines, vistas, beautiful vistas.
Now this to me looks like these trails are all circular, so you don't have to repeat yourself very much. You could apparently on this one you start here and you go around like that, and you end up back where you started. And it looks like most of these trails are the same way. Is that how that kind of works?
That makes sense if that's what you want to do. But of course you're free to take a left on the green and the red if you like.
So a person could start out on the green trail, come down here, and then shift to say the red trail, and then come over here and go on the blue trail. In other words, but these trails are going to be marked for the rally. Is that my understanding? And I noticed that down here there's some brown trails. It looks like this one goes to a place called Ice Cave.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's not a loop. It's like an out and back. Is that?
That's correct.
Okay. So is that what the brown trails mean? Like this one apparently goes to a peak, and this one goes to a scenic area.
Yep.
So a person can be on say the blue trail here, on this blue trail, and they can take a little detour in here to this brown trail, which is basically an out and back. But I can see from the topo map that there's got to be some scenic overlooks. Have you been on that trail? What does it look like?
I believe, is that Hat Mountain?
Hat Mountain is, I think this is Hat Mountain here, but
over here.
There's no trail to the top of Hat Mountain anymore.
No. This will have, these trails will all have scenic vistas that will be quite beautiful.
I know this trail here. I've been on this trail up here, and it gives you a nice view of the lake from up there. So you're up there on a hilltop looking at the lake.
Yep.
Okay. So on these trails, on average, you told me earlier that they average about 30 to 35 miles each, which is basically a full day of riding on an ATV or UTV.
That's correct.
So if you're on this, say, the red trail down through here, you can go down, explore the caves, you come back through here, and you end up back where you started, and you've gone approximately, say, 35 to 45 miles.
Correct.
Depending on how you ride. I mean, you can take detours.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's traveling at a leisurely pace of 12,
Well,
17 miles an hour.
I'd say that most ATVs travel around 12 miles an hour on average. You know, I mean, you can hit some of these roads. I noticed that this is 6 Mile Road here, and everything seems to end up at 6 Mile Road. But you know, you can go down that road at, you know, if you got an ATV, you can go down the road at 40 miles an hour if you want.
Very easily.
But on some of these, like this section in here looks like it's, well, you can see by the contours that it looks like it might be a little technical. And you said that earlier that in riding in this general area, you've got a whole variety of riding. Is that?
Yes, you'll have all levels of experience to ride in and whatnot. So some of it will be very, very easy, just button along, and some of it will be very technical.
Well, I know I personally have been on this power line, this little trail here, and when you come down off the power line into that drop, that is one hairy trail.
That's a great trail.
It's hairy.
That's a great trail. Like yes.
Yeah, it's what we would generally call a sphincter trail. It keeps you thinking. I know it's a very steep trail now, but you do have the whole variety. I know if you get down here, it's kind of grassy. There was a forest fire down in this area, correct? So it's clear riding down in here, but over here you have trees and things. So yeah. I mean, so that's kind of why you guys selected that area.
It's a beautiful area. You should see all sorts of wildlife out there, from elk, deer. We've even seen wolves in this area down in here.
Really?
Yes, we have.
Oh wow.
They're very rare.
Forest Service says there are no wolves in the Black Hills.
There aren't very many.
They're here, right? There's going to be more.
But there's a pair in this area here.
Okay.
I
know this is also called elk country because it's very high in elevation. You can see that some of these elevations are over 6,000 feet. So that's perfect elk country. And do you see elk at that time of the year in those higher elevations?
You know, I personally believe the elk follow a big circle. Where they're at any given time or what they're doing is.
But they're there.
They're there.
And I know you see tons of deer. Both whitetail and
deer are just scattered everywhere.
They're everywhere. And I've been out riding in this area, and I've seen fox, and I've seen coyotes. I've seen porcupines. I've seen beaver. I've seen
mountain lion.
Yeah, I rarely see a mountain lion. I've never seen one on the trail. I've been surprised a few times on foot to see a mountain lion, but never with the. I think they see the ATVs coming and they scatter. But okay, well, I think that gives me a pretty good idea. Maybe the people who are watching this, a good idea of what we're looking at out there. You said that this is going to be August 17th through the 19th.
That's correct.
And that comes right basically on the heels of the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally and just before the Deadwood Cool Nights. So, yeah. And it kind of, it has a little bit overlapping. Now we're talking, this is called an ATV, UTV ride, but you also have a few people that come out on dirt bikes, is that correct?
Single trackers.
Yeah, you get them too.
Yeah. Yep.
So they're welcome,
yep.
Even though you don't put their dirt track in there. I probably didn't do it because there's not enough room in there. But well, thank you for taking the time to talk to me, and I really hope you a great deal of success. I know there's several other rallies here in the summer. Maybe we'll talk to those folks as well. But I sure appreciate it, and I may be back to you with a couple questions, or if some people leave some questions in the comment or email to the address at the back of this tape. I'll have to get back to you and find the answers. But,
Dean, thank you very much for coming out. I appreciate it.
Now, can I get a cup of coffee?
Yeah, you may.
This is a Steve here runs a camp, cabins, and one of the great coffee shops in Hill City. It's he sells that designer coffee, and I'm going to get me a cup.
Right.